Hello, a yummy full body beginner yoga flow awaits you in this session. If you're ready, we're going to start by lying down. Coming into Shavasana pose, starting the practice by tuning in. So let the hands rest on the belly. You can make sure that the back of the arms are supported by the mat. And take a moment here to wiggle and move and get comfortable. And starting off our practice today, just appreciating and being aware of our natural belly breaths. So taking a breath in through the nose and feel your hands rise as you breathe in. And sink as you breathe out. Breathing in, belly and hands rise. Letting go, everything drops down. One more breath here, breathing in, expanding hands. Letting go, everything drops down. And just letting breath get back to normal. And with this new sense of being here in our bodies with our breaths, moving as we move. Breathing in, bringing your feet to anchor on the mat by your sitting bones. On the exhale, you're going to take your hands into a cactus shape. Your palms are facing up. Let the top of the hands, top of the arms, and back of the shoulders drop down into the floor. Now, lying here, can you roll your shoulders back and down and feel it squeezing in your shoulder blades? Almost draw the elbows down as well. Can you feel how when you press into the back of the hands, squeeze shoulder blades down, your chest naturally lifts? And then release. Roll shoulders back and down again. Maybe flex hands this time. Squeeze arms into mat and floor. Chest rises. And release. One more time. Activate. Press. Feel the lift. And release. Let's keep the hands here for a moment. Nice opening in the shoulders. And then you're going to lift the legs. Feel the legs floating on the hips. So take a moment here to roll out ankles one way and then the other way. Point and flex the feet. And then soften through the feet, the toes, the ankles. Feel ankles and feet dropping down through the shins into the knees. Do the same with the knees. Soften the knees and feel knees dropping down and grounding down into the hips. The hips drop down into the mat. So look for a feeling of weightlessness in the legs. You can explore that by moving legs forwards and backwards and keep doing that till you find the point where they all the joints and the legs and the limbs feel like they are stacking and supported by the hips and the lower back. Maybe change the bend in the knees to the point where it feels lighter, legs feel lighter. And once you have found that sweet spot, forget about the legs for a moment. And let's do the same with the arms. So bringing the arms up. First, roll out wrists. Roll out fingers. And then fingers, palms, hands feel soft, wrists feel soft. Dropping down into forearms, down into elbows. Bend the elbows as much as you need to. Feel that dropping down into shoulders and shoulders drop down into the mat. If you aren't feeling completely weightless yet, perhaps move hands towards legs or away from legs and find that sweet spot where your hands, your arms, your feet, your legs are floating. Feel them perfectly in alignment, balancing on your upper body, and yet you are doing nothing. Good. And now let's find some activity. So straighten and kick through the legs. Reach and spread through the fingers. Flex your feet first, and then point your toes. Good. And now go ahead and bring your left knee into your chest and shoot that right leg down to the bottom of your mat. Ground heel here, flex foot. Your toes are pointing up to the roof. Feel the back of the leg pressing down into the mat, perhaps calf, perhaps glute. Good. And then coming into a side twist here, that left knee drops down. You can bring your hands back to a cactus. Let the weight of the leg feel heavy here and enjoy a breath. Rolling knee up into chest. Grabbing hold of that knee, perhaps give it one more squeeze. And then straighten through the leg again, point the toes. And bring the right leg back up, point the toes. So your legs come in to meet. And bending right knee to chest. Squeezing it in. And lowering, levering left foot down to the mat. Here, flex the foot, point the toes to the roof, anchor into the heel, the calf, as much of the back of the leg as you can, and maybe even into that left glute, left hip. Lovely. Right leg reaches up and over. Find the leg in any shape that feels good, any bend in the knee. Let the weight of the leg do the work for you here and bring your hands back to a cactus. Deep breath in. And breathing out. Rolling knee into chest. Grabbing hold of the leg. And let the left leg meet the right at your chest. Maybe give a rock from side to side with the knees. And then explore a pulling of knees into chest and then pressing the knees away from you. So you might notice as you pull your knees into your chest, you lift your lower back. And as you roll the knees away, you press your lower back down. Good. And let's roll onto any side and come up to a seat. So finding a cross-legged seat, choosing your intensity in your cross-legged seat. If you want to, you can take your feet a little bit further away from you. Sitting up nice and tall. And stretching the hands to the sides. Palms face forwards. And just have a look at right and at left hand. Make sure that the arms are one straight line from hands to shoulders. And then from here, working with the breath, inhale, lift the arms up, reach up, allow the hands to lift the spine up. And on the exhale, coming to that cactus shape, so bending at the elbows, feel your shoulders roll back and down, squeeze, and lift the chin, lift the chest. Bringing that into full circle by taking the hands all the way back, rolling them forwards, inhale, arms up. Palms face forwards again, cactus, elbows come down, squeeze shoulders back and down, lift chest. And then roll hands behind you, full circle, hands come forwards again, reach up, and cactus. Squeeze, lift chest, and drop hands down. If you need to, roll shoulders out here or find any motion to reset, go for it. And when you are ready, hands and knees. So, taking a moment to find foundation. So just clothing if need be. Grounding into the hands, ascending right toes behind you and pressing into right heel. Now check here, if it feels more stable, you can tuck left toes. And then you're going to lift left leg up, point the toes. Maybe have a look down at yourself, see if you're rolling out through the hip, see if you can face the hip down. And then point your right toes to the roof. Big breath in here, see if you can lift a little higher. And exhale, straighten through the leg. Inhale, bend the toes to the roof. Exhale, straighten the leg. One more. Toes to roof. See if you can keep strong. Keep everything in. And point the toes behind you. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And release. Shake out the legs. Other side. Left toes. Reach back. Straighten left leg. Tuck right toes if need be. Press into the heel. And then lift left leg, point left toes to the back of the room, straight leg. See if you can take a moment here to adjust. See if you can roll left hip down, plug shoulders in, plug ribs in, and then breathing in, lift left toes, bend the knee. And exhale, straighten the leg, shoot through the fingertips. Inhale, lift left toes, bend the knee. And straighten the leg, shoot through the toes. One more, bend the knee. And press through hands and toes. Lovely, drop it down, shake it out. Veer off course here, perhaps make a circle with the hips. And then coming into a bit of a back stretch, so dropping belly down. Same motion as we've done with the cactus arms, but the arms are where they are grounding into the mat. So roll shoulders back and down. See if you can squeeze shoulder blades in and lift chin, lift chest. Just breathing here, see if you can keep shoulders away from ears. And see if you can make small shifts to intensify the stretch in your upper back. Perhaps pressing into heels a bit more, pushing into the mat a bit more. And back to neutral spine. We are going to step to the front of the mat. Let's get a nice slow roll up to standing. And roll shoulders back and down here. Go ahead and place your hands on your lower back. You can face your fingertips down. Squeeze your elbows in if you can, and then use the hands to press into the hips, push the hips forward, and baby back bend. So here you don't want to feel anything in the lower back. You want to rather feel a lift in the chest. Keep squeezing elbows in and see if you can keep your head and your neck soft, not holding onto anything in the back of the neck. Lovely, release. Hands down to your sides. Inhale, guide the hands up. Same motion as when we were sitting. Exhale, cactus. Squeeze elbows in, squeeze shoulder blades in, lift chin, lift chest. Inhale, lift arms. Exhale, squeeze, and then roll arms back. See if you can stretch through the shoulders, roll them forwards. Inhale, up. Exhale, squeeze. Shoot, fingers back. And then roll them forwards. Inhale, up. Meet your palms and hands to your heart. Keeping your hands at your heart for a moment. Have a look at your feet. Step your right foot back. Not too far, you still want to feel stable. So you have a choice here. Choose if you want to lift that back heel up, bend the back knee slightly. Does that make you feel more stable? Or do you prefer the back heel down? Once you have chosen, bend that front knee a little bit more. So we are in a high lunge variation. Make your small adjustments to find your best pose. And then once you feel like the legs are working so beautifully together, they are rock solid and Keeping your upper body balanced, you're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale to your cactus. Shoot the hands, arms back. And roll arms forwards. It's like a moving meditation, repeating the motion. Cactus arms, exhale. Shoot the arms back and roll arms forwards. One more. Shoot arms back and roll arms forward. Reach up through the fingertips. Maybe look up at your hands if you can. And bring hands to prayer. Meet at your chest. And step to the front of the mat. Other side. Stepping left leg back. Choose whether you want left heel high, being on left toes and bending left knee slightly, or if you want to be on that back heel. And then once you have chosen your back leg, focus on front leg and bend front knee in a little bit more. Make yourself feel grounded. Just feeling those subtle sensations in your foundation and making the legs work for you. And once you feel steady, let's invite the arms. Inhale, arms up. Same motion, cactus. Roll arms back and down, around and up. Breathe in. Exhale, cactus. Roll arms back, around and up. One more. Around and up. Reach up through the fingertips. Perhaps look up at your hands. And hands to heart. Stepping forwards. And shaking out the legs here by bending one knee at a time. And then meeting me wherever you feel best on your mat. Coming in to a beautiful little dancer pose. So, have a look at the feet here. Grounding into your right toes. Bending your left knee slightly. And then, before we start moving, pick a spot to gaze at. It can be the screen, it can be somewhere just ahead and below you. And then, as we move into the pose, see if you can keep the gaze there. So, first start by bringing your knee into your chest. Keep the gaze. And then, release your hands to your hips. And now feel your ankle rolling towards your sitting bones. So you are taking your leg, your knee back. Can you, as we've been doing, shoot the arm back, catch the inside of your foot. If it feels uncomfortable, you can catch the top or the outside, pick your variation. And then you're going to start to tip the upper body forwards. Kick into that back leg. It's wonderful if you are here. If you want to take it a little bit further, release your front hand and lean. Lean and kick into the back leg. Lean and kick into the back leg. See if you can take a breath here. Exhale, release everything down. Shake it out. Other side, have a look at the feet. Ground into left toes, bend left knee. And then focus on the right there. Bring right knee into chest. Find your steady gaze. Keep the gaze, work with the breath. As you release hands to hips, start to kick that heel to your sitting bone. Take the knee back. And then shoot that arm behind you. Catch the inside of your foot. Start to lean forwards. Kick into that back foot. Welcome to stay here, or if you want to, invite that front arm to stretch forwards. Lean forwards and kick into back leg. Lean and kick. Lean and kick. Lean and kick. Breathing in. And releasing. Breathing out. Shaking it out. Big breath in, reach arms up, stretch. And exhale. Hands to heart. Finding your way back down to your seat. Just undoing all the doing here. So coming to lying down again, taking your feet to the far edges of your mat, and go ahead and start to roll knees from side to side. Welcome to drop one knee, both knees to one side. Relax your hands on your stomach or where it feels good. And then this is the time of the practice where we've been moving, we've been breathing, we've been popping into dancer pose. Time to slow down. Rolling knees over to the other side. Using that calm, steady breath. Lovely. And then bringing legs back into the middle. Keep that right foot anchored into the mat. Bring left knee into chest. You can grab hold of the left leg where it feels best, either just above the knee or on the calf muscle. And choose whether a pointed toe or a flex foot feels better for the stretch in that hamstring. Deep breath in and release. Grounding into left foot, lifting right leg. Interlace fingers where you want to. Then choose pointed toes, flex foot. Deep breath in and full breath out. Bending that foot back down. Let's take a moment here to keep grounding into feet. We've been doing a lot of opening with the shoulders and shooting back. Let's now round the shoulders in. So bring your arms in to meet, grab behind the shoulders, give yourself a nice squeeze. Just note here which arm is on top. Take a breath. And then releasing and bringing the other arm on top. Tight squeeze. And releasing your hands down to your sides, palms face up. And stretching, straightening, right leg to right corner, left leg to left corner of the mat. A beautiful full body stretch, full body flow and peak pose. How did you feel whilst balancing? If you felt a little bit wobbly, that's all good. Perhaps go try at a wall, perhaps repeat the class. Repetition is key. And if you popped in, awesome. Just letting the Shavasana, this final part of the practice, letting it give your body the opportunity to give you final whispers, note how you're feeling. And sealing off the practice with 5 beautiful belly breaths. Allow the mind to be fully with the breath, where the breath moves, how the breath moves, and what expands and what contracts. And once you have taken your 5 breaths, just bringing your hands to prayer to meet at your chest, sealing off this practice with a sign of gratitude from me to you, and from us to our bodies. Namaste.